Roman mouthwash, urine? Mind blown emoji. Did you know that ancient Romans swished their mouths with urine as a form of mouthwash? Yep, you heard that right. This bizarre practice was actually rooted in the belief that ammonia, a compound found in urine, could help clean and whiten teeth. While it sounds shocking today, for the Romans, it was a perfectly acceptable part of their hygiene routine. Urine was not just any mouthwash, it was a commodity. Romans imported Portuguese urine, which was considered the most effective, and it was taxed as an item of trade. The ammonia in urine acted as a cleaning agent, which is why it was also used for tasks like laundering clothes. To us, this might seem like an extreme measure, but in a world without modern dental care, people got creative with what they had. The use of urine wasn't limited to mouthwash and cleaning clothes. It played a role in tanning leather, and even in the production of certain dyes. This shows just how resourceful and open-minded the Romans were in their approach to cleanliness and practical uses of everyday materials. Urine was a part of life, and it was seen as a valuable resource rather than waste. This practice might make you grateful for modern dental hygiene products, but it's a fascinating glimpse into how different cultures have approached cleanliness throughout history. The Romans' use of urine highlights their innovative spirit and their willingness to experiment with unconventional methods, paving the way for many of the hygiene practices we take for granted today. Eiffel Tower's shocking color. The Eiffel Tower was once yellow. Yes, the iconic Parisian landmark that we all picture in its iron gray hue was painted a vibrant shade of yellow back in 1889. This surprising color choice was part of an effort to protect the iron structure from rusting. Gustave Eiffel, the mastermind behind this architectural wonder, wanted it to stand out as a beacon of modern engineering, and what better way than to bathe it in a sunny glow? Imagine the shock of Parisians strolling along the Seine, looking up to see their beloved tower shimmering like a golden beacon against the city's skyline. This bold color choice was a statement of the year's fashion and innovation. The tower's color has changed multiple times throughout its history, from red-brown to shades of yellow and eventually settling into the Eiffel Tower brown we know today, a color specifically mixed to complement the Parisian sky. The choice of yellow wasn't just about aesthetics, it was also practical. The golden hue was selected because it was thought to offer the best protection against rust and to ensure the tower remained a lasting monument to human ingenuity. Eiffel was ahead of his time, understanding that the tower's appearance would influence how it was perceived by the world. Today, the Eiffel Tower is repainted every 7 years, a process that takes about 60 tons of paint. Though it no longer sports that daring yellow, its color continues to be a subject of careful consideration and debate, reflecting how even enduring icons like the Eiffel Tower are subject to the whims of fashion and function. Who knows what color it might wear in the future? Sticky rice helped build the Great Wall of China. This ancient engineering marvel didn't just rely on stones and bricks, it incorporated a secret ingredient that might surprise you: sticky rice. In the Ming Dynasty, builders discovered that adding this common kitchen staple to the lime mortar could create a material that was incredibly strong and resilient. This unique combination formed an organic mortar so effective that sections of the wall have stood for centuries, defying erosion and earthquakes. Imagine mixing your dinner leftovers into your building materials and creating something that lasts for thousands of years. That's precisely what happened over 600 years ago when Chinese builders harnessed the power of rice. The amylopectin, a component found in the rice, played a crucial role in strengthening the mortar, making it more compact and less prone to cracking. This ingenious blend of organic and inorganic materials not only fortified the wall but also showcased the innovative spirit of ancient Chinese engineering. The sticky rice mortar proved so effective that it became a standard in construction during the Ming era, with its applications extending beyond the Great Wall. It was used in various other structures, helping them withstand the test of time. Scientists today are still amazed by its durability, and some have even attempted to recreate this ancient recipe to understand its properties better. So next time you think of the Great Wall, picture not just a massive stone barrier but a testament to human ingenuity that cleverly combined nature and innovation. The story of sticky rice mortar is a captivating reminder of how ancient civilizations often held the key to solving complex problems in the most unexpected ways. Imagine waking up one day and being told you now have to drive on the opposite side of the road. That's exactly what happened in Sweden on September 3, 1967, when the entire country switched from driving on the left to the right side. This audacious change, known as Dagen H or H-Day, wasn't just a minor tweak, it was a massive national reorientation that affected millions of people overnight. Leading up to the switch, Sweden was an anomaly in mainland Europe, surrounded by countries driving on the right. The decision wasn't taken lightly. Years of planning went into the transition to ensure safety and minimal chaos. Roads were redesigned, traffic lights were repositioned, and massive public information campaigns were launched. The government even implemented a radio and television ban on the morning of the switch to force people to focus on the change rather than their usual routines. On the morning of Dagen H, at precisely 5 a.m., All non-essential traffic was ordered to a halt as workers and volunteers scrambled to switch road signs and modify intersections. Incredibly, the switch was executed with remarkable efficiency and surprisingly few accidents. The roads were eerily empty, and the transition was smoother than anyone had dared to hope, thanks to the careful planning and discipline of Swedish drivers. The impact of Dagen was profound, altering the daily lives of Swedes in countless ways. It remains a testament to the power of meticulous planning and collective cooperation, demonstrating how a nation can pivot on a dime when necessity demands it. Sweden's bold leap from left to right wasn't just a traffic decision, it was a historic moment of transformation that still fascinates and astonishes us today. Ancient jokes, timeless laughs. The world's oldest known "your mom" joke is over 3,500 years old, proving that humor and sass have transcended millennia. Unearthed in Iraq on a Babylonian tablet, this ancient quip shows that even in the cradle of civilization, people enjoyed a good laugh at each other's expense. Imagine scribes and scholars in the bustling city of Babylon chuckling over a jest about someone's mother, a timeless tradition that echoes into today's humor landscape. This isn't just about a joke, it's a glimpse into how people from the past shared laughs just like us. The Babylonian civilization, renowned for its advances in writing, law, and astronomy, also nurtured a rich tradition of humor. The joke, while not translated perfectly due to the passage of time, hints at a playful jab, revealing that even amidst the seriousness of ancient scholarship and governance, there was room for levity. It's fascinating to think that our ancestors, poised on the edge of the written word, chose to immortalize humor alongside their important laws and epic tales. This ancient joke tablet stands as a testament to the universality of humor, bridging a connection between us and those who lived thousands of years ago. It prompts the thought that maybe the real secret to civilization's endurance is the ability to laugh at oneself and each other. As we scroll through endless memes and TikToks today, it's worth pausing to appreciate that our inclination for humor has roots older than we might have imagined. This ancient joke not only connects us to an era long past but also reminds us that some things, like a good "your mom" joke, are simply timeless. In a world constantly evolving, it's comforting to know that laughter is a thread that binds us all through history. Did you know the inventor of the Pringles can is actually buried in one? That's right, Fred Bauer, the ingenious mind behind the iconic cylindrical snack canister, took his devotion to his creation to a whole new level. In a move that blurs the line between quirky and genius, Bauer ensured his legacy would forever be intertwined with the product he revolutionized. Back in the 1960s, Bauer was tasked with developing a container that could keep chips fresh and intact. This led to the creation of the distinctive Pringles can, a packaging marvel that not only preserved the chip's signature shape but also made them stackable, minimizing breakage. It was such a groundbreaking design that it became a cornerstone of the brand's identity, instantly recognizable on store shelves worldwide. When Bauer passed away in 2008, his family honored his wishes by placing a portion of his cremated remains inside a Pringles can before burying him. It's a testament to how much he valued his invention, not just as a career milestone, but as a piece of his life's work that he wanted to carry with him into eternity. This unusual request highlights the deep personal connection inventors can have with their creations. This story is more than just a quirky fact, it underscores the enduring impact of innovation. Bauer's Pringles can wasn't just a container, it was a revolution in snack packaging. It changed how snacks were consumed and stored, and it continues to influence packaging design today, proving that sometimes, the simplest ideas can leave the most profound legacies. Knocker-uppers, wake-up legends. Imagine waking up to the sound of pebbles tapping at your window, not because of a romantic gesture, but because someone's job was to get you out of bed. Before the reign of alarm clocks, knocker-uppers roamed the streets armed with long sticks, batons, or even pea shooters to rouse people from their slumber. This wasn't just a quirky cottage industry, it was a crucial service in 19th and early 20th century Britain and Ireland, especially for workers with early shifts. The job of a knocker-upper required precision and reliability. They would memorize their clients' windows and wake-up times, ensuring they hit the right target without disturbing the entire household. Using various tools, from bamboo canes to pea shooters, they would gently tap or fire dried peas at the window panes, a method effective enough to wake the sleeper without breaking glass. Some even used soft hammers to tap on the doors for those who lived in ground floor accommodations. In bustling industrial towns, knocker-uppers were relied upon by factory workers, dockers, and miners who needed to be punctual. The service was often offered by retired workers or older women needing to make some extra cash. They were an indispensable part of the community, sometimes serving hundreds of clients. And despite the advent of the alarm clock, they persisted into the mid-20th century in some areas, partly due to the unreliability and expense of early timepieces. The role of knocker-uppers faded as technology advanced, but their legacy is a fascinating window into how communities adapted to the demands of industrial life. Their inventive methods remind us of a time when human ingenuity filled technological gaps, and personalized service was quite literally a knock away. So next time your alarm blares in the morning, spare a thought for those who once relied on a gentle knock or the soft ping of a well-aimed pea. Garden hermits, eccentric decor. Wealthy 18th century Brits hired hermits to live in their gardens as living decorations. Imagine strolling through your estate and stumbling upon a bearded sage in a rustic hut, part of the landscape like a human garden gnome. This bizarre trend turned real people into ornamental curiosities, blending nature with a dash of human eccentricity. The job of a garden hermit was as peculiar as it sounds. These hermits were expected to live in solitude, often in caves or specially built hermitages, and were not to cut their hair or nails, embodying the mystique of a wise recluse. Some contracts even stipulated that they could not speak to the household or guests, maintaining an air of mystery. This practice reflected the Georgian era's obsession with romanticism and nature, where the wild, untamed human figure symbolized a return to simpler, more authentic living. It was a time when the rustic charm of a hermit could elevate the status of a garden, a living emblem of philosophical depth and natural beauty. Though the trend eventually died out, it left behind tales of these curious figures who lived on the fringes of society, nestled in the gardens of the elite. Today, the idea of hiring a human being as a garden accessory seems outlandish, but it offers a fascinating glimpse into the cultural quirks of 18th century England, a world where nature and eccentricity walked hand in hand. The Leaning Tower of Pisa wasn't meant to lean. Construction began in 1173, and it was just the third floor when builders noticed something shocking: the ground was too soft, and the tower began to tilt. Imagine the horror. Rather than scrapping the project, they decided to keep building, hoping the soil would settle. Spoiler, it did. The tilt became a defining feature, turning an architectural blunder into a world-famous landmark. The tower stands 56 meters tall, and its lean once reached a terrifying 5.5 degrees. Engineers over the centuries have tried to fix it, even closing it to the public in 1990 for safety reasons. But there's an odd twist: the lean might have actually saved the tower during earthquakes. Ironically, the very flaw that made the tower famous also contributed to its survival. The tilt helped it withstand seismic activity that might have toppled a perfectly straight tower. The unique design allowed it to sway and absorb shocks more effectively. So, what started as a mistake turned into a stroke of luck that protected the tower across centuries. Today, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and a little bit of luck. It's a reminder that not every mistake is a failure. Sometimes, it's just a new way to stand out. Visitors from all over the world flock to Pisa, not just to see the tower but to marvel at how a blunder became a beloved monument.